Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, March 24th, and we are looking at the market profile of the three ETFs that we trade here on Window Trader. And boy, oh boy, I mean, how many times are the bulls going to do this? And on the flip side, how many times are the bears going to try to take advantage and then give it away? This is an absolute carbon copy of what occurred yesterday, late in the day. The only difference being we don't have single prints in SPY or ES, although we go out with a huge price probe and basically a price spike from B's low. I mean, just look at these two carbon copies. In fact, I said today in G period, I said, again, I would expect to take out the day's high. And I said, but then again, you never know. Look what happened yesterday. I said that around G's high, and lo and behold, look what happened. Amazing. How about the Russell? The Russell had 4 sets of single prints yesterday. They took back 3 of them this morning. They almost got to the afternoon rally high. They were 7 for 7 wide, only to go out with a trend day down and price probe and 3 sets of singles again. L, K, J, and they still have the one from yesterday. And they have a price spike from when we took out B's low. Utter devastation as far as what they tried to accomplish today are the bulls. Let's start with the triple Qs. They opened. All 3 price probes from yesterday were rejected. Well, we have price probes again in all 3 indices. Qs opened. Filled their single prints from yesterday. Look at the overnight. They got their 11 wide. Well, today we opened and drove straight down. We attempted to get to the open in D. That was it. Ball game over. Now, they don't go out with any single prints, but they do go out with a price probe. Russell, we just talked about. Wait till you see the chart on Russell. We talked about that 217 and change level being incredibly important. We got $4 above it, and we go $4 below it and close below it. And we're almost at that target area I'm talking about at the 207 level. We'll look at that on the chart. As far as SPY and ES, well, we opened right around L's high. Price probe rejected from yesterday, filled 1 set of single prints, and easily filled the second set. There was not much above once C and D started their thing to get to yesterday's high, and they couldn't do it. Volume, 97 million, so good volume. As far as my trade, I had a good day today. I took a short in A period, initially against the overnight high. It pushed a little bit above it. Added on to it. It came in immediately. I had about 70 puts worked out for a very good trade to start the day. Didn't do anything in B. B took out A's low, but couldn't get much. C period took out B's high. I said, odds are now I think we're going to at least take out the day's high. Remember, we dipped inside of the lower distribution in A and in B and C, but then we stayed out of it. So when C came up, took out B's high, got long with the 391 calls, it popped the top and took it off as we got to POC and K's high from yesterday. Took a long in D period. Once the single prints filled, I'm like, I don't care if the single prints filled, we're still one time framing up. Let's see if we hold C's low now, which is where change took place from yesterday. Bought the 390 calls, it went right back up, got out of them at C's high. Then in E period, once we took out D's low, didn't get short right away, came back up, put on a short, 394 puts, and took those down. I was like, let's see if we defend C's low. I took them off right before C's low from yesterday and went flat. Then we traded sideways. In F, we attempted to go higher in G. I actually took a long in I. When I came down and initially made its low, it had no tempo below. I bought the 389 calls, and they popped pretty good for me as we rallied all the way back up to around POC. Now, that was my last trade of the day. I thought once J took out I's high, we had a good chance of taking out shorts from H, I, and J that were attempting to push down. We took it out, got no traction. That sound familiar? We did it yesterday too in K, except K had a reversal bar and then just boom, buried it. We didn't get the reversal bar in J. We had to wait for K. K took out J's low right away, and then it started the dance. Told the room, if you're not going to short it, stay out of it. I basically stay out of it. I was getting work done. I had to go for a doctor's appointment. That's why the video is late this morning. So I didn't want to get into a position, something, because I knew I had to leave right on the close. But this market pushed down and pushed down hard again, especially in M. We didn't have single prints, but it did push down hard in M. We defended last week's low. The bell basically saved it. So we're still one-time framing up in the weekly. We're still in a balance of 4 or 5 days. We defended the weekly low for now. I'm not sure if ES took it out in N period, but we defended it for now. So really an incredible carbon copy from yesterday. Destinations for tomorrow. First one will be L's low. That's the price probe. 389.29. And they have SPY closing at, let me just see where they have SPY closing. They have SPY closing at 387.79. So we are $1.50 away from our first destination, the price probe. Then we have 390.27. I'm using B's low, basically the price spike, where change took place. We never got above it at all in L or M. Now, we only 8 wide. ES's POC got lowered to A's low, which was 8 wide. K never got up to it, so my POC actually stayed at G's low. I'm not going to use it, but just like I used K's high today as a visual point, I would still use J's high as a visual point going forward, which was at 391.42. Then I'm using G's high as an afternoon rally high of 392.31 and today's high of 392.75. For the downside, we have today's low of 387.47. Then we don't have anything to the weekly low of 387.15, which would stop the one-time framing up in the weekly. Then 385.31 daily low, 381.42 daily low, and 379.92 afternoon pullback low from March 5th. And then on the charts, I'm showing you Russell first because this is the one that we've been talking about. And boy, is it coming to fruition. Looked above last week's high, last week to an all-time high, failed. Took out last week's low, took out that previous week's low. That became balanced. I said if we get acceptance below 217.67, the next destination is 207.21. Well, we just closed at 212.04. So right now, I think firmly expect to go test this weekly low of 207.21. And if we don't hold that, then the very important level of around the 204, 205 level, which is where we balanced last time before taking off to the all-time highs again, will be very, very important. The monthly's still up for them and healthy. But the weekly, certainly for a swing trade, below that 217 level, people piled on, and that's where we're looking to head. And the daily not only is down, but it's below both the 20 and the 50-day moving average. For us in the SPY, monthly is still one-time framing up for 5 months. Weekly, again, balance to up, whatever you want to call it. Right now, I'm still balanced to up. If we take out last week's low, we will firmly be in balance then. And then on the daily, balance, 4-day balance. Friday's low is the bottom of it. Monday's high is the top of it. We close below the 20. If we take out last week's low, we will certainly test the 50-day moving average at 385.98. And then since we're doing the charts real quick, triple Qs, they've been in balance. They're in a 4-month balance. Weekly is in balance. Nothing's changed there. And they have an inside week going right now. And the daily is pure balance again. And they're both below their 20 and 50-day moving average. I hope you had a great day trading today. Have a great evening. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.